Heyo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. My name is Michael Edward, former award-winning hedge fund trader, now the current head trader at True Trading Group. For those that don't know, TTG is the fastest-growing, highest-rated online premium educational platform that's available today. We combine a professional trading educational curriculum that's both in-depth and complex, yet very easy to understand and implement quickly. We combine that with over $4,000 worth of premium trading tools from some of today's top financial technology companies, all part of your TTG membership for free. No upsells, no extra fees or charges for any of those things. It is all included. On top, to top it all off, we are a community of active and educated, like-minded traders and investors that are led by TTG's team of full-time professional trading moderators with over 100 years of combined experience and a collective win rate of about 80% that focuses on stocks, options, crypto, futures, swing trading, day trading, and also long-term investing. And by the way, we genuinely give a damn whether you succeed or fail. At TTG, results matter, folks. Your results and your success are measurable through your P&L. True Trading Group exists to empower the retail trader and to level the playing field. If this is your first True Trading Group live stream, welcome. We go live 6 nights a week, totally for free on this YouTube channel. We also stream on YouTube, on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch, where myself, other TTG pro traders, and special guests drop golden nuggets and provide you with free lessons that can help you become better traders and investors immediately. If you have not yet done so, make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, click on the notification icon, make sure you never miss out on any one of these live streams, and hope you are now ready to learn, trade, and profit. But here's your very first lesson. Why should you listen to anything that we talk about on these live streams? I didn't figure this stuff out on my own, folks. Okay, began my career working at a fund in New York City. It is very important that you understand who you are listening to, because listening to the wrong information can cost you both time and money. And I know for a fact you do not have an unlimited supply of either. So allow me to qualify myself to you guys. Began my career, like I said, my very first job right out of college. Then 2008 happened, and that was the Great Recession. The stock market crashed. But the same year, I also received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. But before they ever let me touch $1 of their money, I had to go through an intensive training program, had access to some of the top trading tools on the street, and was part of a community of like-minded traders that helped ensure my success. And that is exactly what the TTG platform is based on here now today. Now that we're introduced properly, let me tell you guys how this live stream is going to go down. I've got a good one in store for you all here today. And in just a moment, I'm going to bring on my business partner and co-founder in True Trading Group, Adam. You guys may know him as Shug. And our friend, Mr. Matt Kohrs, is going to be joining us today. We got a lot to go over. We got an executive order from President Biden on the cryptocurrency market. What does it mean for crypto? What does the executive order entail? We're going to discuss all of that. We're also going to do an open floor blanket Q&A session. You guys can ask us any questions that you have, anything that's on your mind, anything you're unsure of. Don't be shy. There's no such thing as a stupid or silly question. That is how you learn. Then I will tell you all how you could join the TTG platform. I use the word platform very specifically because you do not just get a chat room with trade alerts, folks. TTG's platform combines the education I received at a fund, but also the tools and resources that professional traders use on a daily basis to help them make better informed decisions. So I'll tell you how you can join the platform. Then we'll dive in a little bit deeper with why did the markets rally so much today? Today was the biggest day the markets have had since June of 2020, almost a 3% day on the S&P. We were up there at the highs, up 3%. We finished just around 2.6%, a massive day in the overall markets. Does that mean that the bottom is in? Everybody's been asking, is the bottom in? Does today solidify that the bottom is in? Is it now time to rally? You got to check yourselves on that thought process. We're going to break all that down. We have CPI data coming out tomorrow. What is CPI data? Why is it important? What do we expect? How is it going to influence the markets? And then more importantly, how do we make money from all of that? We're going to break that down in this live stream in just a little while. And then at the end of the live, I'll show you the platform, the tools, the resources, everything that is TTG. I'll show it to you for those that are interested, all right? But let's get started in the Q&A. Guys, do not be shy. Do not be embarrassed. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Asking questions is how you learn. So without any further ado, begin typing your questions in chat, folks, and let's begin that Q&A.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
How's it going?
Hey. What's up, gentlemen? Hope everybody had a good day today.
Just another fun day in the crazy markets.
It is. It is crazy. You go from a 3% down day to a 3% up day. It's out of control.
Just crazy volatility.
All right,
good opportunities, really.
Let's get into it. See what we got. Looking for some questions. Okay, so while we wait for some questions to come in, let's jump right into. Give me your take on what happened with oil today, both of you guys.
Oil. That was not, what is it even at right now?
It's crazy.
It's at 110, down 11%. I think it gained 7% yesterday, down 11% right now. From everything I saw, it had a lot to do with, well, early this morning, we had like kind of two different drop-offs, but the IEA, the International Energy Association, basically coming out of Paris, was saying kind of like almost like a hit back of what Biden did yesterday. And they were saying, oh, okay, like we're going to calm things down. And then other than that, there were also like further developments with the talks in like Iran. And so overall, like oil is just it's been going nuts. And now it's kind of coming down, but it's still super elevated. I want to get that like clear across for everyone. I read a metric this morning. What was it? The average cost per gallon of gasoline in the US is at $4.17, which means in the past week it's risen 55 cents in one.
That's a record high too. I'm pretty sure that national average of 417, I'm pretty sure that's a record high. You know, it's pretty nuts. You also had something that added to the weakness today too. And you're right, Matt, there really was today's weakness in oil was, I don't think necessarily like one thing. It was kind of like a slew of things that took oil down. And oil being down as much as it was today is a big reason, I think, why the markets were also up as much as they were. Because the higher that oil goes, the more likely a recession will follow. You know, if you're talking about oil at 150, 175, it's going to be damn near impossible to not go into a recession if people are paying $6 a gallon for gas. So, you know, a lot of the worry in the market over the last couple of days, minus today, if you go last week and then yesterday, a lot of that weakness is really people starting to throw around the R word of possible recession. And today's drop in oil helped fuel the market's rally. And you also had positive, and I don't know why everybody was so positive on Russia-Ukraine today, but there was a lot of discussions about Russia-Ukraine today. There is the Russia and Ukraine delegation. They are meeting again tomorrow. So there is going to be a meeting on Thursday between Russia and Ukraine. So people were hopeful with that. You also had the ceasefire that held, and then actually Russia broke it earlier today, but the markets didn't react to it. And I'm a little surprised why the markets didn't react to Russia breaking that ceasefire. They actually hit a maternity ward or hospital or children's hospital or something like that. Yeah. So, but the markets didn't react to that. You know, the markets just kind of stayed strong the whole day. And then you had the UAE, who's a member of OPEC. The UAE said that they would support increasing production to bring more supply onto the market. And that news headline saw a definitive reaction in the price of oil instantly. So I have the USO up on my screen right now. And when that news came out, about the UAE, that was this move right here. Okay, so you saw a very definitive drop in oil when the UAE, who is an OPEC member, say that they would support increasing supply and ramping up their production. So a couple of things that gave you that weakness in oil today. But again, I still do believe that, listen, I'm still bullish on oil. And I still do think that, you know, this is the first real meaningful pullback in, 3 months of a rally. And I still do believe that you're going to get oil, back up to here within probably the next couple of days. So I'm still bullish on oil.
I 100% agree with you. I mean, because right now we're in this scenario where the market went up and in terms of Ukraine, it's crazy because people thought it simmered down, but the one guy who didn't was Zelensky. He was still going off today. He was like, "This is not like it's like."
Yeah.
So it was a weird disconnect there, but we did see commodities come down, which I think helped fuel a bounce in the equities market because people thought tensions were going down because of it. But in terms of oil specifically, you have the UAE and the IEA. Both of them basically said we're going to help, but there was nothing definitive there. They were just like, okay, like we're going to do what we can, but there was nothing like we're releasing this much, we're doing this. We're like, there was nothing. It was all just like a higher level vague statement. So I think this is a temporary pullback. And unfortunately, I think energy costs are definitely going to keep going higher.
You also had Iraq today. Iraq today even made a statement with Iraq saying about oil and about possibly like getting involved and adding supplies. So it's like, you know, the US is really looking at every single producer of oil that they can find. You know, it's like you have discussions already with Venezuela, you know, discussions with Iran, which you would never have thought that the US would be trying to negotiate with Iran and Venezuela for oil. And then now here comes Iraq. And you're just like, what? You know, this is just a crazy time for where the whole world is just kind of coming together and saying, okay, how do we solve this supply problem? And it's crazy.
We have a little bit of breaking news. Amazon just announced a stock split. It's up 9% in post market from 2,785 to 3,040.
Let's talk about it.
That is
Stock splits are always so fascinating. So especially for some of the newer traders, stock splits fundamentally change nothing about a company. It's equivalent to taking a $5 bill and converting it into 5 $1 bills. You have more bills, as in more shares, but you still theoretically have the same overall value. It is a psychology thing of why you see the run up. This recently happened with Apple with their stock split, Tesla with theirs, Nvidia with theirs, and now Amazon with theirs. This type of excitement is more of it's perceived to be cheaper. It's a psychology trick of like, well, hang on, like it looks cheaper and I saw it this much before, I might as well buy it now. When in reality, you have to look at market cap, not cost per share. For example, and the reason you can't do that, Apple is trading at $150, $160, and that's worth way more than Amazon, which is currently trading at 3,000. That's why you can't compare price level to price level. You compare market caps.
exactly.
Why do companies do stock splits?
It's kind of actually for that of like, it's actually been happening less. I was reading a really interesting thing about this of why they're going less. And the stock splits have been happening less with the rise of fractional share trading. So before it was more of a perception thing of like a lot of retail of they knew they didn't have access to it because you had to buy a full share historically. But on the flip side of it, that's actually why certain people like Warren Buffett will intentionally not do it because he kind of doesn't want average people like us in it. He wants people who have like serious dough behind them. So it's kind of used tactically both ways, but overall it is getting less and less with fractional share trading.
Yeah, it allows for like Amazon is dominated by institutional investors because it's $3,000 for one share. You know, the stock splits, the cheaper the share price, essentially the more potential investors that you can have. And it really opens up opportunity for like the retail investor. Like Matt just said, like, you know, Warren Buffett's Berkshire, $475,000 for one share. They're not going to do a stock split. You have the also Series A, Series B, which the cheaper price, and then you have the more expensive one where he just wants the institutional investor in there. So, you know, you're not going to, the average retail shareholder or retail investor doesn't have $475,000 to buy one share. So, you know, Amazon doing this, I think it's been a long time coming. I think Amazon should have done this a while ago, but it was never going to happen under Jeff Bezos's watch. Jeff Bezos was too, you know, like egotistical and did not want the lower share price. And he wanted institutional investors, not retail. And now it's not a coincidence that now that Jeff Bezos is not at the helm, that you're getting a stock split now from Amazon. I find it strange they announce it today. Like, why not announce it with your earnings just a few weeks ago? It's like, why do it today? I don't know what the reasoning for this, you know, I don't know why they didn't do it around their earnings announcement. But nonetheless, here we are, stock split approved.
Maybe they know that the Nasdaq's about to get hit, and they're like, "Well, let's pump it now, so it's not as bad."
Do you think now's a good time for somebody to go long in Amazon?
So or Mike, you could go first, then I'll share.
I was going to say, historically, stocks perform very well leading up to the day that your stock split is announced until the actual split. And then even following immediately after a stock split for the next 12 months. Historically, it's always been a very good move to buy forward splits, not reverse splits, forward splits. Forward splits are good. Reverse splits are bad. Okay. These are forward splits. So historically, it's been a good move to buy stock splits. However, we've been in a rip your face off raging bull market for the last decade. So, the environment we're in right now, things are a little bit different. I still do believe, though, that, even given the current market environment, I still believe that Amazon is a good buy.
Yeah, so just to give a little bit more specifics on that, if you look at Apple and Tesla of 2020, they announced it in June, July, and then their split was actually August 31st. Both of those, from the announcement up until the day of the split, ran, and then short term right after that there was a small fall, but obviously Apple and Tesla have still been continuing upward. Nvidia, the same thing. I don't remember the dates off the top of my head, but just these big plays, tech related plays, from the announcement to the actual split, there has been a bullish push. And then all three right at the split, actually the next couple of days were bearish. But yeah, for Apple and Tesla, you're looking at the time frame right up to August 31st of 2020. And Amazon, I would kind of expect the same. With this one, it's a scenario where as long as the queues don't go completely haywire, and I mean that to the downside. But also, I'm just a fan of Amazon, and I actually don't care about their e-commerce. I really like AWS, their cloud computing sector. When people talk about cloud computing, they refer to Amazon and Google and Microsoft. I mean, I'm from this industry. Amazon controls 90 to 95% of all cloud computing. It's not like equally split. Pretty much Google and Microsoft are like fighting for like the last little leftover thing that Amazon just doesn't feel like doing. And that's why when you see on Twitter, AWS goes down, everyone's like, shit, Discord goes down, Twitter, like just everything goes down.
Yeah, I like Amazon. I just,
cool.
Amazon's a huge company. I think they're only going to get bigger.
All right. This question is from Ryan McKeon. Mike, what leads you to believe that we need a broad market sell-off before buying more for your long-term portfolio? Is it the market volatility and a sell-off? Is it that a market volatility and sell-off will set a new solid base as past support?
So it's because for me, I believe that the worst is not behind us yet. So for me, there's still a very, very, very big question mark. And that question mark is the Fed going to be able to pull off what's called a soft landing? And a soft landing means that the Fed is able to do quantitative tightening and raise interest rates, reduce their balance sheet, bring down inflation without stopping economic growth. And that's a big question mark. The positive, you have right now the argument of, is a recession coming? And there's a lot of things that look like a recession is coming, but there's also some things that look like that it's not. What's something that looks like it's not? 3.8% unemployment. That's one thing that looks like it's not. 11 point something million job openings. That was a JOLTS report that came out today. These are things that tell you that also industrial production, strong. These are things that tell you that a recession is not here or is not yet coming. Other things that tell you that it is: inflation, okay, consumer sentiment, a flattening yield curve. Now that yield curve flattening is not the end of the world. An inverted yield curve is an inverted yield curve when the yield on a 2-year treasury bond is higher than the yield on a 10-year. That is a bad thing, and you've never had that without a recession before. Okay, so if we invert the yield curve and there's no recession, first time that's happened. So you have these areas of the market where some say recession, some say no. I don't know if the Fed is going to be able to pull off this soft landing. So I am not looking to really aggressively add in my long-term portfolio until that question is answered. And that question is not going to be answered for a couple of months. We're about to get our very first rate hike a week from now. Actually, 1 week from today, exactly. We're going to get our first rate hike, 25 basis points. That's nothing. That's not going to do anything to inflation. Your next meeting will be May. You're going to get another rate hike in May. By the summer, that is when we will be looking to get a lot more. We're going to know a lot more about inflation, and we're going to know a lot more about the impact of interest rates, and we're going to know a lot more about, is the Fed just kind of easy peasy, or is the Fed getting more aggressive as the year goes on? Once I have answers to those questions, I will determine if it's time for me to buy in my long-term portfolio. Because right now, although the market's pulled back, we are not at insanely, ridiculously cheap prices where I just say, you know what, regardless of the overall macro environment, these prices are attractive enough where I need to be a buyer. We're not at that level where I feel like I need to buy stocks right now because they are so cheap. They are not so cheap. So I don't feel like I'm in a rush to buy anything yet. Now, if we experience another leg to the downside, and let's say the SPY drops another 6 or 7%, then we will be at a point where I would feel, just based on price alone, that it's time for me to start buying some stuff. But I'm waiting for that bigger macro picture before I decide to say, you know what, yeah, I think it's safe for me to step in and just start being a buyer.
I would reiterate most of what you said there. I really think there's more downside. I don't think we've seen the yearly low quite yet. And just to reiterate another aspect of that, tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. ET, an hour before the market opens, we get the consumer price index, CPI. It's an inflationary gauge that's very popular to use by the Fed to make their decisions. There's a good shot we come in over 8%, which would just be crazy.
Yeah, like tomorrow, and I was long your favorite stock, Matt. I was long Tesla today. I made some money long Tesla today, and I really liked the play for the long, but I just did not want to hold anything going into tomorrow. I didn't want to hold anything long going into tomorrow's CPI number, because if that number comes in anywhere between 9 or 10, that's going to be, because there's a lot of people right now, and I was talking about this the other night on my live stream, that there's still, in my opinion, too many people that are bullish in order for me to say that, hey, the bottom is in. And the people that are bullish, and you hear a lot of this, this bullish argument that inflation has peaked. So some people feel that inflation has peaked, and there was no real data to support that inflation has peaked. They just think that, oh, well, it's so high, so I believe that, the worst is behind us. Well, that's not necessarily true. And if you find out tomorrow, if we're expecting an 8% number and the number comes in 7.7, something like that, that actually would support the argument that inflation has somewhat peaked, and you could see the markets move higher. Plus, if you get any type of positive headlines out of the Russia-Ukraine delegation meeting that's going to be tomorrow morning, our time tomorrow morning, their time will be later, that could move markets higher. You can see the SPY back at 830, 434. You could see that tomorrow if you get a lighter than expected CPI number and a positive headline out of Russia-Ukraine. On the flip side of that, and I know it's like, oh, thanks, Mike, for telling me the markets might go up or down, but that's the reality of the headline environment that we are in. Mm-hmm. You have to understand what's going on and what's going to cause the market to go up or down. Because to the flip side of that, if you come in tomorrow and the CPI number is 9.2 and we're expecting 8, well, then that's going to take the inflation has peaked argument. It's going to throw it out the window. So now those people that are bullish based on that, now they become a little bit more bearish. That gives you some selling pressure into the market. And then if you get, another round of Russia-Ukraine delegation talks, there's no progress made. They actually told each other to F off and they just stormed out the room. Then you're going to you can be back at 420 on the SPY tomorrow. You have an elevated VIX. The VIX is still over 30, even after a drastic pullback. You're still sitting around 30. Like, this is still a very high volatile market that's very much driven by headline risk regarding inflation and headline risk regarding Ukraine and Russia. And if you do not realize that, Josh Brown on CNBC today, someone I respect very, very much. I love his thought process. He actually said today, he goes, any professional money manager that claims to have conviction on this Russia-Ukraine situation is a fool and needs to reevaluate, what they do for a living, because nobody knows what's going on in Vladimir Putin's head. Nobody knows what's going on in Zelensky's head. Nobody knows how this situation is actually going to end. So to have conviction on how it's going to end is just foolish. And I agree with him on that. And he's saying that just to basically tell people, acknowledge what's causing the markets to move and understand what the possibilities are, so that you can take advantage of the moves once they happen. I like to be reactive in this environment rather than proactive. That's why I'm not long or short going into tomorrow with what I consider two factors that can really move the market. And I don't know how those are going to play out. I don't know what the CPI number is going to be. I don't know how this Russia-Ukraine meeting is going to go. And neither is anybody else that's watching this live stream. So I don't want to expose myself long or short until those headlines are out. Once those headlines are out, I can determine, okay, am I bullish or am I bearish? Then I will put my money to work.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. The only thing I really have on is I have no short-term trades right now, as in like 1, 2, 3 day. All of mine are actually long oil for midterm. I have some that expire March monthlies and I have April monthlies, and I'm just sitting on like a long oil play. But other than that, right now, like the SPY, volatility, anything like that, tomorrow, and it's not helpful, but it is also helpful because at least we're telling you what headlines to look at. Tomorrow could be a massively green day, a massively red day, or if you get one positive, one negative, we could have a crazy chop day. Like it swings up on one announcement, we get the other one, it swings back down, and it might intraday be super volatile, but by the end of the day, you might be like, well, it's damn near 0% change. That's also a very valid or thing to pay attention to. So pay attention to the news at 8:30. And we don't really have the time of when the third meeting is going to end. It ideally should be earlier on, but you never know with those meetings.
Yeah. So that's that. During the imminent market sell-off, how do you expect gold, silver, and oil to react? Well, it's funny you say that, because I actually think that, there's a clear inverse. There's a clear inverse reaction with your commodities right now and the overall markets. Gold and oil really got crushed today while the markets ripped face. And to the flip side of that, for the last 2 days, the markets got crushed and gold and oil ripped face. So as commodities go up, the markets are pressuring down. But that correlation is because of the inflationary trade and the risk of recession as commodity prices go higher. It's not a foregone conclusion that forever, for all of time, as commodity prices go up, markets go down. That's not a direct correlation like an even one-to-one forever. It's just the environment that we're in on why commodity prices are moving higher, and then you have equity prices moving lower. So I'm still bullish on gold. And silver. I'm bullish on basically all metals, copper and aluminum and palladium and platinum. I'm bullish on metals in general, and I'm also bullish on oil. I do think that we are closer to the top than we are the bottom of oil. Oil went all the way into the 130s. I do not believe oil is going to go to 200. I'm not in that camp. You've seen some price targets of 200. I think that is the absolute far extreme that I just cannot imagine getting to $200 a barrel. But I think that like a 140 maybe 150 is probably a peak. And that's kind of where I would be looking for a top in oil. But I also think that gold over the next, 2 years or so, that you see gold up around 2,500 an ounce. So I'm still bullish on commodities in general.
I would say I have a little bit of a different opinion just on oil. I'm feeling good about 150. I think 200. I mean, you and I probably read the same thing about JP calling out 185, and then there were some other calls there. I mean, shit would have to go really, really wrong. Like, if mathematically we could obviously get there, but I'm definitely watching like 150-ish. I was in the 100 camp, then I moved over to the 120, 125 camp, and now let's see how it ends up in the 150. Mike, did you catch that story of the Chinese company that got completely short squeezed on nickel?
Yeah.
8 billion thus far in paper losses. And the only reason it's not worse is because the London Metals Exchange is shut down. They shut down the trading of nickel specifically. So we don't even know how bad it's going to be for them.
It's going to be bad. They're going to go out of business. They're going to be toast.
Well, what's crazy is I covered it a little bit on my stream today. And their rhetoric is, of course, like the creditors were like stating that they're worried for good reason. And then the company's like, oh, we're fine. Like, this is sustainable. I'm like, 8 billion? Like, what? You're not Apple, man. Like, that's not, like, they're like, we have it under control. It's like, you're so full of shit.
Have it under
That's
control.
not under control. It went up, for those of you who don't know, nickel went up 250% in 2 days. They got short squeezed.
$100,000. Nickel. It's not even like a fancy metal. It's nickel.
So bad. They got so screwed.
But dude, that's a problem for EVs. Nickel is a big component for electric vehicles and battery components. This is where you really have to pay attention to, like when we really start to get into the electric vehicle argument, right? Because that's something that not a lot of people have been talking about this, but when you see gas is $6 a gallon, you may be more inclined to think twice about the next time you purchase a vehicle. Maybe you're going to go with an electric vehicle, right? But if the cost of all these metals goes up like they are, it is going to be the cost of the electric vehicles to actually produce the components and to make the batteries and all these things is going to drastically go higher. Okay, so you're going to be looking at which EV companies are best suited to control that cost, which ones have the best supply chain, which ones have their own, like exclusive supply of these materials. And you guessed it, Tesla is far above and beyond better positioned than any electric vehicle maker. But this issue with these metals could end up being the death of some electric vehicle companies that are not able to control those costs as well as a company like Tesla that don't have the same supply chain and are not able to pass those expenses or the increase in cost. They're not able to pass it on to the consumer. And this actually, could be a problem for a lot of your smaller EV companies.
Same with the semiconductors, NVIDIA, AMD, Micron, like all of these still need important metals. And it seems like every single time you look up supply chain issues for semiconductors, the processing chips, they just keep pushing it out. They're like, we might have it resolved by the end of, like, at first we heard 2021, then 2022. And now they're like, maybe 2023. Like, we don't even know what we're doing.
2 weeks, Matt, just 2 weeks to flatten the curve. That's all. That's all we need.
I don't know where Adam's at, but I definitely wanted to get into, did you see the craziness in crypto today?
Yes. Yeah. Let's actually, let's get into that. Hold on 1 second.
A lot of crypto looking real good. Well, kind of like with the market as well.
All right. Oh yeah. I think Adam, I think he's back now.
Oh,
actually.
Sweet. Adam, you want to talk about crypto?
You got to turn your mic on though if you want to talk about anything first.
This is the crypto mic.
You know what I'd like to talk about after that comment from Mike? So,
What comment?
After that comment about whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to use this as
the comment.
So traditionally, Joe, did you just type that? or do that. I don't know why that is there. Okay, let's leave that alone. So check this out real quick. So typically when we get a negative review, it is all about me, right? Every negative review we have on Trustpilot is literally about me.
This is true.
Can corroborate.
I mean, we can just take a look here. Let's just click on the back. This is a big day for me, guys. So just bear with me a second. All of our 1-star reviews, please add them, right? This is just about, me, the real deal. And then it talks about me somewhere in here. I respond. Here's another one. This is in response to Adam. It's just all the negative reviews are about me, right? Excellent. Guys, it's happened. It's happened, everyone. All
Mike,
right,
you got
it's
yours.
happened.
I got my first 1-star review from
Mike
somebody.
got his 1-star review today, and it is unreal. I want to read it for people.
Please read it.
This is from Bob Harvey, if that's your real name. Michael Edwards, heyo, online. And it's Ayo, not heyo, but whatever.
Yeah, man, get it right. Get it right, Bob.
Michael Edwards' heyo online commercials are the most annoying things I have ever experienced. From that alone, I pray that his business fails and he goes broke. I can honestly claim that I despise Michael Edward with a deep-rooted passion.
He's not even a member.
I wish that there was a way to pin a review. I don't know how you pin a review, but I don't care how many 5-star reviews we get. I want that to be the top review. Forever.
That's a great review.
Yo, Bob, I'm gonna give you a free membership, dude.
Yeah, Bob, free membership for you, Bob. Just because it's the first time someone wrote a 1-star review that was directed towards me. And Adam is so happy that it's directed towards me and not him.
Yo, he even grammatically, he's just really on point as well.
Dude, I despise him with a deep-rooted passion. That's I hope his business fails and he goes broke.
That was so hard to roll. You go broke.
Yeah, see, Adam does come off as bitty as wait, what does he say? This person, internet enforcers, with a picture of a penguin. Adam does come off as pretty bitter, to be frank. Yeah.
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 Your minds would be blown if you see the comments I get in my little world.
Morocco Loco goes, not for nothing. Before I signed up, I also hated listening to the ad and I couldn't wait to skip it.
Yeah.
But now you're a member and you love nothing
Let me
more.
tell you something about that ad real quick.
Hey, yo.
Let me tell you something about that ad. That ad, you may hate it, but you remember it.
Everybody remembers it.
Everybody remembers it. Everybody talks about it. Everyone puts our name in their mouth on it. It does its job.
It's good marketing.
I mean, I hate it too, but
We all hate it.
everyone
But
hates
that
it.
was the point.
I just love Lakeisha. Lakeisha, my girl, she goes,
She's
I don't
super
like that.
supportive.
I don't like that review. She puts angry faces.
Lakeisha's the best.
Hunting them down. She's finding all Bob Harveys.
I don't think it's his real name.
Nah, it's probably not his real name. He's probably definitely not on the live streams. He hates me.
No, I think he is on the live stream.
Nah, no way.
Bob, you
Yeah.
here? Someone's
Nah.
just gonna say yeah. Can't trust it.
No, hang on 1 second. Here it is. Is this it? Yeah. Hang on, real quick. Ready? Here we go. So this is the ad that everyone hates, right? You ready, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
So great. Hang on, let me turn the volume up. Hang on. You ready? Here we go.
You guys gonna put me on the spot?
Mike, shut up, dude. You're ruining it. Ready?
Ayo! My name is Michael Edward, former award-winning hedge fund trader, and now the Ayo! Ayo! My name is Michael Edward, former award-winning hedge fund trader.
You should
and
make
now head trader
like a
for
parody
Crypto
one
Group,
where you start it like that and it's just like, "Ayo," and then just be kind of like
trade,
the
and
dodgeball, like
6
that guy, like Ben Stiller's character. Like, I used to be a loser like you.
I've done that.
Like,
I have a
so,
video
like,
that I
over the
made
top.
like that.
by winning and losing trades from the day, all while dropping golden nuggets of education and informational
All right,
lessons
man, turn it off.
that help you become a
Let's
better
back to
trader
business
or
here.
help
All right, fine.
Ayo!
Were you reading the script in that, or did you memorize it?
No, I wrote that script for him.
He says it every night before he goes to bed. He like just
He does.
repeats it.
He does.
I think Mike's frozen
You're
on us.
that.
No, I'm just sitting here. I'm not frozen.
No, you're like, yeah, I just hate this.
I'm just motionless. Oh.
Uh,
All right, next question. Someone give. Oh no! What at crypto? Crypto. Biden executive order.
yeah.
What is this?
Basically, Biden said he's long on crypto. He's like, I'm taking all my money.
This
I'm
is the
taking
ad
all the
that's
US's
already
money, and we're going long on crypto and Doge. And it was like, sick. Let's do it, man. No, so it's one of these things. We got an executive order today, and for those of you who care, it's actually being like we were supposed to get it a bit ago, but we didn't because of Ukraine and more pressing things like really took place today. Obviously, it was positive. You could see that by the very green of the top cryptos. And if you're looking for the top ones, look at something like CoinMarketCap. You could see the top 10, 15, 20, whatever you care about. But anyway, a lot of green in like the classic ones, Bitcoin, Ethereum, like Solana, Avalanche. And what it was, yes, there was pressure really from the equities market to a certain degree. There is correlation between crypto and particularly the NASDAQ. So that's something to consider. But it was more so the president's commentary. And basically what was in this executive, I guess, breakdown, like I have a full video going over all of it, but the TLDR version is basically we have now as a country really shown that crypto is a legitimate asset class. And it was a small uncertainty, but it was one nonetheless that is now removed from the market that we're not going to ban it. Crypto is not illegal in the US. It will not be made illegal in the US. And then they had they kept going on about how they want to be a hub of crypto as in our country. And they have 6 initiatives: investor protection, financial stability, illicit finance, US leadership, financial inclusiveness, and responsible innovation. And that last one, responsible innovation, they just kept harking on that over and over and over. So basically, it's just showing that the US is in one way or another. It's like a boomer that's finally coming to the table of crypto is probably the best way to break it all down. But there was no mega thing of like, hey, we're going to do crypto tax breaks or anything like that. It was more of the fact that the US is just saying they're in one way or another supportive of crypto. And people are like, cool, now we don't have to worry about that anymore. And this will relate a little bit because I'm sure Jerome Powell will end up talking about it because he has at the end of this month, we're going to get an update on the government's opinion on a central bank digital currency, CBDC, which is another thing if you're talking about like stable coins and all that good jazz. But we're a little bit behind in the race on that one because China's already released one. So now the US, it doesn't want to be late to the party and is probably trying to get in.
Awesome. Yeah. I think, the biggest takeaway that I've got from this executive order is that it just really removes any doubt on where the government stands regarding cryptocurrency, and it legitimizes cryptocurrency as an asset, as an industry, as an investment vehicle. And I've been for a while when this discussion first kind of came about, is it good or bad that the cryptocurrency industry gets regulated? And I have always been a component that I think it's a good thing that the cryptocurrency market gets regulated, because in order for crypto to go to the next level, it's going to be institutional adoption, institutional investment. And there were always a lot of larger institutions that were skeptical of crypto because of the volatility, because of the uncertainty, because of the lack of regulation. But now this makes the muddy water that a lot of larger institutions had around crypto, it clears that water a bit. And I think that as you get more and more regulation, you'll get more and more comfort from larger financial institutions getting involved in crypto. And then that means more and easier access to capital for venture capital projects and for further technology development, but then also just from a pure investment standpoint of just actually investing into the currencies themselves. and just adding liquidity and adding, market value. And I think it's a full positive, everything that came out today. And the U.S. tends to be behind on a lot of technology, and we're not really the most technologically advanced when you look at other areas. So for us to kind of step forward when China basically, for all intents and purposes, banned crypto, for the U.S. to step up and try to become a global leader, I think is a net positive for the U.S. and also a big net positive for crypto.
Definitely. I also think this is there's a shot. What's up?
I said I feel like it said a lot of nothing.
Yeah, it was like a lot of word vomit, but I think other people who care about word vomit, such as the SEC, could be like, okay, so now we know the people who sign our checks are supportive, so we might be getting a little bit closer to a spot ETF, which is a big deal, because right now, if you think about retirement accounts, which I believe is in the US is around $12 trillion, that's a lot of 401ks and IRAs of people who might not want to go out of their way to make some sort of crypto exchange account, but they might tell, like in 401ks and IRA land, now all of a sudden they can get exposure to gold and crypto. You're talking about trillions of dollars, even a small percent. That's just pure investment. So I think there's a trickle down effect of like, okay, executive government cares. Gary Gensler at the SEC is like, okay, we're getting the green light there. Let's approve the first spot ETF. There are crypto ETFs, but they're not direct ownership. It's something like Bitcoin futures instead of Bitcoin itself. So I think that's where this is going to end up going.
Yeah. And just touching back on, following back on Adam, what you were saying, like how you feel like it says a whole lot of nothing. There is no detail in any of what was discussed. It's basically Biden telling, okay, the U.S. government and the different agencies I want you to work on this. Okay. And it's not so much that the news today with this executive order is like, okay, there's clarity as far as like, this is how it's going to be regulated and these are the rules. That we don't know yet. But it's just the fact that it's being worked on is where the net positive comes from. And that's why you got some excitement in the crypto space, because there was always the fear that like, well, how is this going to be treated? Is this going to be something that is going to be looked down upon? It's going to be frowned upon. It's not. This executive order shows you the government's willingness to adapt or to adopt cryptocurrency. All right. But then also you're talking about Biden even said in the executive order that he wants to look into a digital version of the US dollar. He wants to look into, like Matt said, CBDCs. Like, this is exactly what cryptocurrency bulls want to hear. They want to hear that the SEC, the US Treasury Department, that all these different agencies are going to work towards regulating the cryptocurrency market the same way that it regulates equities and all other different financial vehicles. Because like Matt said, you cannot just go and put Bitcoin or Ripple or Solana or anything, or Cardano or anything like that. You can't just go and put that in your 401k. You got to open up a Coinbase account or something like that. Like, this is something that could be, it's a step in the right direction. And that's why you're seeing cryptocurrency rally on the back of this. It's like, if we went back in time to before marijuana was legal in Colorado, right? If people thought that marijuana was the future for Colorado, they would want to hear the government, the state legislation of Colorado say, okay, well, regarding cannabis, let's, if the governor said, okay, listen, guys, I want you to actually start looking into what could be the tax benefits, what are the health risks, what are the uses of this plant, and how, if we were to do this, how would we do it? That would be seen as a net positive, and the government open to and accepting and adopting the use of marijuana on a legal scale, right? So that's a similar, I'm just giving you like an analogy of what happened today with crypto, and that's why it's seen as a net positive.
Nice. Somebody made a comment. Matt, thank you for tidying up your sofa before the live stream, unlike Shug's messy couch when he's at home. Ray Thompson, sorry, bud, my housekeeper must have missed that. So, all right. Let's see what else we got. There's a lot of comments from Mad Medic, who found us via Matt, and a lot of other people that found us via Matt. I'm actually curious, real quick. Guys, if you're a current True Trading Group member and you found us through Matt, so if you found us through Matt and are now a TTG member, can you type the number 1 in chat? Let us know. I am a tad bit curious. All right, we got Ryan Lambert, Xerox53, Mad Medic, John.
A lot of ones.
Yep.
Well, shout out to the Moon Gang for showing up. Showing up, showing out.
Look at that. Nice.
Moon Gang, baby.
They're not paying you enough, Duck Boy.
They send me boxes of Cheez-Its, and if I'm real good, if I hit my numbers, sometimes they overnight me some SpaghettiOs, so it's a win-win.
Yeah, but that's only if you earn it. Stop getting
We
greedy.
we sent him a toaster.
No, dog, why are you giving away toasters and SpaghettiOs? He's fine with Cheez-Its, and you guys are just offering way too much. What's next? Hot dogs with the SpaghettiOs? Is that what's next? Is that what we're doing?
Dino nuggets.
You shut your mouth.
Matt loves his dino nuggets after a hard day of riding the bull.
Hey, Adam, I just sent you a 2-minute video on Telegram. I would love to get your reaction, Mike's, and the crowd's reaction to this. And it does relate to the world of finance. It's not inappropriate, but
All right, let me pull it up. Hang on.
I can't give away much more.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Hang on a second. Hang on.
How long is it? Okay, I think it might be 3 minutes, but it's
2
a
minutes and
worthwhile
20
3 minutes.
seconds, but it's glorious, so we're going to ride with it.
It'll be worth it.
You ain't got to stop.
You're like, I love TikToks.
This is fantastic. Hang on. All right, here we go.
Runs the world, girls.
You can't see it.
You have to restart it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
needed
yeah,
that.
yeah. Hang on.
This is choreographed.
Okay, here we go. All right, so the name, let me move this out of the way here. The name of this video, or the tweet, was AMC to the moon.
Oh, well, that was just someone who caught it on Twitter. This one is Who Rules the World, and the TikTok account is Casmic.
All right, here we go.
Who do you think runs the world? Girls! No, not even close. Since the 1970s, 2 corporations have gobbled up most of the Earth's companies. Vanguard and BlackRock. And you might be like, Tony, that's ridiculous. I go to stores all the time and I see competing brands everywhere. The market has genuine competition because I can buy this or that or this or that. But all publicly traded companies have
That's what we're
boards
doing now.
where the largest shareholders make the decision. So when we investigate who are the largest shareholders of all these companies, the same 2 companies.
Oh, hell no.
Vanguard and BlackRock. These 2 mega corporations own all the smaller corporations.
She's talking about something so important with this ridiculous dance.
Monopoly. Vanguard and BlackRock own Coke and they own Pepsi. They own Apple and they
Why
own
did she
Amazon,
pull 2 fingers?
i.e. Microsoft. They own American Airlines, they own Delta. They own oil and they own solar. They own eBay and they own Amazon and they own the car companies and the pharmaceutical companies and the tobacco companies, the food companies, the clothing companies, the insurance companies, the banks, 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 the banks. The industry, the top shareholders.
This is what we're doing
are
now.
making the decisions. call me a dingleberry, but including companies in the free market. I don't think the market is all that free. But who is that? The CEO and founder of BlackRock is Larry Fink. But then BlackRock has a board. The largest shareholder is Vanguard. And who's in Vanguard, you might wonder? Nobody knows. Yeah, it's private information. Probably the richest families on the planet, like the DuPonts, the Rockefellers,
Is that true that Vanguard, it's not private or it's not public?
And P.S.
Is there a part?
I don't know. I guess it just like cut off there. Isn't
That
that
is-
like, first of all, it's like crazy creative, but also that's such a crazy thing in the market to discuss in more of a general sense of BlackRock and Vanguard. They really do have owners. Like if you look at the Fintel filings or whatever of BlackRock and Vanguard, the holdings are immense. It's everything. They're playing they play gold, they play oil, they play up, they play down, they play everything. They just are the market.
They have to because their assets under management are in the trillions. So
Yeah, that's just and I
they
don't know.
literally do own everything.
That's just nuts. I didn't know about the Vanguard thing, and I wanted to ask you about that, Mike. So wait, the people invested in Vanguard, that's a private list. Like we don't know if it's just like the Waltons and the Bezoses and the Gates of the world are loaded up there. Or?
No,
I didn't know what she meant by that. I was like,
I'm not sure the structure of Vanguard, but I mean, you got to realize Vanguard has funds that then people could buy and invest in, and then therefore they have shareholders, and the shareholders could be people like you and me.
You know what bothers me about this video?
That you can't dance that well.
That it probably has 10 million views, and we
Yeah, that's what bothers me. For those that are like, I get that we do a fair amount of selling of memberships on here, but as you can see, there's a lot of people benefiting from it, and we do give away a lot of really great free information as well. Bro, 400,000 views for that? Joe, go get my bathing suit. Matt, I need you to write me something about Ken Griffin or the apes or whatever.
That's what Mike should do to pitch this. That's like should be your whole new ad of him just dancing like, "Hey, want to join a trading group?" Just doing like absurd cuts.
Yeah,
but it works. Like it's the same marketing of even yours of like you remember it. Like even the fact that I remember to show it was just so absurd that she caught your attention and then she talked about something serious. Like I don't know, just nuts. Marketing genius.
I thought that was actually hilarious.
That is the
I'm
like
a
Kardashian mom.
I'm a good dancer. I'm a good dancer. I'll do something. I'll do a little jig.
Somebody goes, would love to see Adam in a man thong. You could see that right now on Chubby Jewish Feet. That's onlyfans.com/Chubby Jewish Feet. And it's only $11.99 a month. You're welcome.
We got you.
It's only Wednesday and it feels like it's Friday.
Yeah.
I don't know. We lost like 60 people on the stream when we started to play that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but think about the one that happened to me when I played it on my stream. It went down, but then I thought about how hardened the ones who stayed were.
You have like 3,000 people that watch your stream in the afternoon, so you can afford to give some away. You know, we're trying to stay in triple digits, baby. Go.
It was worth it. Think about how much the current audience learned. It's just you guys are the educators. You had to share that.
I thought that was awesome. I'm actually glad that we played that on here because I think it was hilarious. But it's a hilarious way to share serious information.
Yeah.
Like, stop.
I mean, it is like she's not. Well, I didn't know the private thing, but beyond that, BlackRock and Vanguard do own everything. Like Vanguard is running their own SPY, Qs, and Russell. Like they have ETFs that are that. It's not the VOO and all that good jazz.
Yeah, so that's I think like that takes me back to the question of like the ownership. You know, like Vanguard is owned by its shareholders. So I don't know what, the people that own the funds that are Vanguard are where the ownership lies. So I'm not sure, but hey, who knows? I mean, maybe BlackRock owns those too. I'm sure, but who knows? I don't know the makings of that, but that's how that works. But
All right, let's get into this real quick. Mike, how do you plan on making money tomorrow? Matt, I'll pass the same question over to you in a sec. Go ahead, Mike.
you want me to talk about that now?
Yeah, I sure do.
Okay, so I have two very specific game plans for tomorrow, depending on what the news headlines are. When I sit down at my desk tomorrow morning, I'll give you guys both scenarios because what I do tomorrow will depend on those news headlines. Two main things that are happening tomorrow. CPI data comes out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, and the Russia-Ukraine delegation is meeting tomorrow in person. Okay, so we have two major things that are going to affect the market. So I'll give you guys the different scenarios. Positive for the markets, as if CPI comes in less than expected, or even, less than expected. If CPI comes in less than expected, that's bullish for the market. Markets could continue higher. If there's positive reaction to the Russia-Ukraine meeting, and it seems like there's actually been any type of progress made, that's positive for the market. If you get both of those headlines, I think the markets can continue higher tomorrow and go up to like 434. If you get both of those positive headlines tomorrow, I would look very specifically for the markets to get through 428, 429 on the SPY, and then make a $5 or $6 move to get up towards the mid 430s. And I'll be looking at call options. I'll be looking long Tesla. I'll be looking long Nvidia. I'll be looking long Amazon, like all your big major tech companies. If that were to happen, I'd be looking long if you get those two headlines. Flip side, if CPI number comes in anywhere between like 8.5 and 10%, 8.5 to 9.5%. Okay. All right. If that's something that we get, that's going to be a negative for the markets. If you get no positive talks from Russia, Ukraine, negative for the markets. The markets then at that point, I would look for us to stay underneath 428, 429, today's highs, get yourself into put options and just literally hold them down back into the 14s. Okay. Like the 14s, meaning back down into this region. If you get those negative news headlines, I think the markets could just give back at least half of today's move. Okay. So I would look for half of today's move to get taken back if both of those headlines come back negative. And then, so that case, it would literally just be put options in front of 428, that area that was resistance today, and look to then ride that to the downside. If I get the downward action, if you get the two news headlines to the downside, that will just be more of an index play. I will just buy SPY put options, and I will look to then ride that to the downside. Okay. But if we get the positive news headlines, I think you'll actually get better action in individual stocks, like in some of the individual tech names. I think they will be better trades than the index back to the upside. And then if you get a situation where you get maybe 1 and 1, like one positive, one negative, at that point, it could be a wash and it could be a very, very, very choppy day in the overall markets. And in that case, I probably will stay away from trading the index, and I'll look for individual stocks that are going to give me some opportunities based on my scanner, based on, news releases that come out tomorrow morning. And it'll be a much more selective and a much more cautious day if that's to happen. So that is exactly what I'm going to do tomorrow. I gave you guys my entire game plan.
Yeah, I can't really add on like too much without just regurgitating. The only thing I would say differently is if we get that mixture of the two, one thing I'll personally be looking to do is selling some credit spreads. So basically you sell one call and you buy another, or you sell a put and you buy the one deeper away in both scenarios. And that is fully taught in their course if you're like, wait, hang on, what's a credit spread? But overall, that's a good way to profit where you don't think there's going to be too much craziness. And I'll probably look for next week's expiration, maybe on the SPY, like 440 by 441, or maybe on the put side, like 10 by 409, just something to collect premium. Those types of plays, it has a different risk reward setup, lower potential risk, but also lower potential reward.
Yeah. I like that. I like that actually. Yeah, I don't do a lot of spreads, but
I've been doing it a little bit more, and I think it's imperative for someone in my position, just because a lot of my audience came into the world through AMC and GME. So they think it's super common to get 100, 500, 1,000%. And unfortunately, based on like some of the stocks action, for everyone who's been hodling, a decent percentage are now underwater. So I figured like give them the opposite end of super conservative risk reward setups where it's just monthly or weekly like income, just small little singles.
Yeah, Momin is one of the moderators at True Trading Group, and he does spreads a lot. his main strategy is spreads. I think he has a spread right now actually open on the SPY, to be honest with you.
Makes sense.
All right. So, well, that's good. Anything else you guys want to share about tomorrow that people should be aware of? I mean, Mike, how important is it for people to be in chat tomorrow morning specifically for CPI data?
It's so damn important, guys, because tomorrow, you got to realize there's two fundamental catalysts that have caused all of this to happen. Two: inflation, Russia, Ukraine. Okay. And you have tomorrow morning a catalyst for both of those topics. You have the very high possibility of another day tomorrow. Today, the Dow is up 700 points, 800 points. You have another situation tomorrow where you can get another 700-800 point move based on what's going to happen here. 8:30 in the morning Eastern, that's when the CPI number comes out. Markets open at 9:30. Now, myself and the rest of the traders and the moderators that are in True Trading Group, we're going to be in chat with everybody pre-market, and I'm going to talk you guys through the CPI number, and we're going to go over, okay, what do we got CPI-wise? What do we got Russia-Ukraine-wise? Let's digest all those news headlines. Bell rings at 9:30. We're going to be ready to go with a very clear game plan based on what it is that unfolded for us in that pre-market session. Okay? So you guys got to make sure that you get your butts in chat, because you can have a very, very volatile day tomorrow with those two things that are going to be coming out. So you got to always make sure you get your butts in chat.
Matt, what's your schedule like tomorrow?
My schedule, I'll get up, crack of dawn, get a good cry in my shower, and then I'll open up my phone, see what's going on Twitter, go work out with a group of moms that do HIIT cardio like near me. They make me feel better. They obviously can see from my mascara that I was crying. And then it's at that point that I'll dive into like what's going on, just the news. I'll obviously very much be paying attention at 8:30. And then I'll start my stream at 9. We'll stream that. And then we have a crypto stream. Then we have the wrap up. And at some point in the middle, I'm sure we're going to be getting, hopefully, some updates of the Ukrainian diplomat and Russian diplomat, like ideally somewhere in the earlier half of the day. But we'll see how this is going. What is tomorrow? Thursday? It's a Thursday?
All right, let me rephrase. You got time to hop in chat tomorrow for some of this?
Yeah, in between, and depending on the time. So folks who watch me, like the first one typically ends around 11 ET. In between that and crypto, more than happy to hang out with all of you cool kids, and we'll see what's going on. And who knows, maybe during that is when the meeting news will break.
All right, cool. All right, excellent. One more thing I wanted to, we get a lot of questions like, Matt, is True Trading Group worth it? Is True Trading Group worth it? Should people sign up for it? And your answer is always to ask the member, right? Because it has more of a significant value when it's coming from the person that's actually paying for it, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I would like to know specifically from all of those people that typed the number 1 that they found us and joined through Matt, all those that have joined through Matt, should new people sign up for TTG, and is TTG worth it? Yes or no? Type yes or no in chat.
I like that question.
Yeah.
We'll go straight to the source.
Xerox53 says yes.
And Rick Soria. Yes,
Oh, there's a lot.
Hawkeye's here.
Wow, look at this, guys. So these are all members of True Trading Group that joined because of Matt and are now telling others. Wow, look at that. That's awesome.
I was going to ask the question that Skip just asked.
Which is?
Any blush or just mascara?
Good question. Depends on what I did the night before, if I went out or not.
Yeah.
Just Chillin' wants to know, are these paid bots?
Yes.
Perfectly timed paid bots.
Perfectly timed paid bots.
Yeah. Yes. I think they're kidding. I think they're actually a member.
Oh, oh yeah, just put a smiley face.
How much? How much you got in your IRA? Nah. I'm done.
We're just falling apart here right now.
All right. Let's get into the end of it. All right, so guys, that is it. Let's let Matt go and have a good cry and.
That's in the mornings, man. Come on, you know my schedule.
What do you do for dinner?
My schedule.
All right, everyone. I appreciate your time, and to everyone in TTG, we will be in the chat, including me tomorrow, hopefully in that midday session, and maybe we can catch some nice trades, some nice trends, but we'll see how it goes. Be there or
yeah, Matt, we got to get into a trade together one day.
We should do the opposite and just fight it out.
I agree with that.
Like that. Like to the
I
death.
agree with that. That's better.
You get calls, I'll get puts, and we just fight it to the death. Or like I'll go long Tesla, you short it, we'll just fight it out.
You would win that. The best way to trade Tesla on this planet, scientifically proven, is to do the opposite of me. The accuracy is astounding.
I also feel like Joe and I today were joking around. Joe, can you wave so people know you're a real person? There he is. Joe and I were joking around today. Mike doesn't watch TikTok. Do you watch TikTok, Matt?
Yeah.
You know that TikTok where they're like, I got 3 looks, and it's like the 3 different versions of a person. Yeah. Every time Mike puts on a SPY put trade, all I hear in my head is, I got 1 look. Like 1 fucking
SPY put. Is that what? Yeah, like every day you're just hearing him when he comes on. SPY put.
Every single time. It's amazing.
And hey, look at the chart since Jan 5th. That's been a good call.
No, it's been a good trade.
I got 1 look.
Awesome.
All right, guys.
All right, sounds good. I'll catch you 2 later. TTG fam, catch you tomorrow. Have a good one. Have a good night.
Later, Matt.
Later.
Pleasure as always.
All
right, folks. All right, guys. I think, Addy, you want to see how many people we got that are on here right now that maybe that are new?
I can actually tell you, out of 1,077 people, 26% of them are new.
Really?
I think we can skip that and go right on in.
Right.
But before we do, let's give them the code word.
Code word for tonight, folks. This is for members only. If you're not a member, don't worry about this. We do a lot of fun giveaways with members. We give away cash. We give away electronics. But if you're not a member, this means nothing to you. Okay, so this is for members only. Here comes your code word, folks.
I'll make sure I'm spelling it correctly. Gaggle. The code word tonight is gaggle. A gaggle is defined as a flock of geese, a disorderly or noisy group of people. A gaggle. Code word is gaggle.
Gaggle. Gaggle, folks. There's your code word for this evening. All right. All right, folks.
I'm going to let you do your thing.
Yeah. Well, I gave you guys, we did our Q&A. We talked about the executive order with Biden with cryptocurrency. And then I had to explain to you guys about what's going to be going down tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a very important day for the markets. After a bounce back day like we had today, bulls are going to want to see follow through. They're not going to want to see half of the day get erased. I'm not going to want to see half the day get erased. So tomorrow we got to make sure we get our butts in chat. So we went over all of that, how I plan on making money. Now we've got a bunch of people here that are new on the live stream. What I'll do now, before we wrap things up, I want to actually tell you guys how you can join the teaching membership, and I'll show you guys the platform as well. because, a lot of people here that are brand new, that are asking us about how to join the TTG membership. So let me just explain to you guys. The membership to True Trading Group is a 1-year membership. All right. And it's normally $2,212. However, because of everything that has been going on with inflation and the price of everything is just absolutely skyrocketing, a lot of people are beginning to feel like maybe that they're beginning to start to get priced out of the education and tools and resources that can help you guys actually make money in a market like this. And I don't want people to feel like they have to make a decision between, investing in a TTG membership and getting educated and having access to those tools and resources that we use, or how am I going to pay for next month's groceries? I don't want you guys to have to feel that way. So what we've done actually in True Trading Group, because of this inflation environment that we're in, we are going to be actually probably the only thing in your life that is actually moving the price down, and the price of the TTG membership is getting cheaper. Okay. We were $2,212, but we are moving the price down to $1,203. Okay. For this evening, that is a 45% discount. Okay. Now we will walk the price of this membership back up to $2,212 slowly every single day. We're going to raise the price of that membership. Tomorrow, the cost will be more. So today it's $1,203. Tomorrow it's going to be more, and we're going to just walk that back up to $2,212. But I want to make sure that anyone that wants access to the TGG platform it feels that it's within reach financially, because I know everything else is a lot more expensive in your lives right now. So we're probably the only thing that's actually seen the price go down in your life. All right. So the next 15 people that go to ttgoffer.com and enter the coupon code TTG121 will get the 45% discount, but the next 15 people will also get a brand new free laptop. The laptop is going to be yours totally free upon becoming TTG certified. That means you've gone through our courses and you've passed our quizzes. Upon doing so, we will immediately send you a free laptop. We even cover the shipping cost. We ship anywhere in the world. We have members all over the globe. It's a badge of honor to become TTG certified. You get a certificate you can print out and hang it on your wall. You also get a green check mark next to your username and chat. Our members wear that proud. It means you've completed a professional level of education, just like I did when I was working at the fund in New York. And you can now feel confident that you actually know what you're talking about, and you can take that education. You can make better informed decisions. Okay. The other thing that you will get access to as a member of the TTG family is our industry only. We are the only people that offer this, a double your money back guarantee. I stand behind this platform, folks, so much. I believe so strongly in our ability to help you become successful. And I told you earlier on the live stream that your results matter. Your success and your P&L is measurable, and your results actually matter. It doesn't matter how well I do or how well any one of our other moderators do if you are personally not making money. So at True Trading Group, what we do is anyone that joins, if you go through our courses, pass the quizzes, and attend just one of those study groups, okay, we host study groups every single week. So all I ask of you is to give me a little bit of effort. I don't need 40 hours a week. Give me a couple hours a week, and I think that's enough for us to help you reach your goals. So as long as you go through the courses, pass our quizzes, and attend one study group, if you do not make the $1,203 back, that's the cost of your membership. If you don't make that back at least once during your membership, I'm going to give you double your money back. So I'll give you back $2,406. You're going to pay $1,203. I'll give you back $2,406. So this way, if our program fails you, you still can walk away with a 100% return on your investment. I'm sure every single one of you would love to take $1,203 and turn it into $2,406 within a year. That's going to be what your worst case scenario is going to be looking like. And you're also going to keep that brand new free laptop also. You just have to go to ttgoffer.com and use the code TTG121. The next 15 people to do so get the 45% discount, the brand new free laptop, and the double your money back guarantee. Everything that I'm saying is on the website. You know you're getting exactly what I'm saying here. The money back guarantee is right there. As long as you see the laptop in the checkout cart, that means you're getting one of those free laptops. There's 15 of them. So the next 15 people to use TTG121 coupon code will be able to claim that brand new free laptop. All right. Now, let me actually show you what is included with the membership. I told you before I would walk you through the entire TeachD platform. So remember that True Trading Group is not just about trade alerts. You're not paying $12.03 just to get this guy in a Yankee hat his trade alerts. That's not what True Trading Group is. There's 8 other professional traders that are in chat along with myself that are calling out trades, that are with you from pre-market till after hours. We all share our screen with you in chat during the day. We're talking on the microphone. We call out our trades in real time. We're there from pre-market, opens at 7:30 a.m. Eastern, closes at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. And the mods are with you all day, every day. We're not there for 2 hours and you're left to fend for yourself. You're going to get at least 10 easy to follow, actionable real-time trade alerts per week from a community of traders that sports a collective 80% win rate. We are fully transparent. We keep a trading journal on our website. It tracks every buy and sell that all of our moderators make, so you can see for yourself how you would be doing if you were following along with all of our trades. You also get access to 2 free small private study group sessions with one of the pro traders at True Trading Group to answer your questions, go over topics you're unsure of, and really help to speed up that learning curve and make sure you're on the right path to success. You then get also Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed with the Squawk Box feature. This news feed gives you live up-to-the-second news alerts, and there's also a squawk that you can turn on, and a person will read news headlines to you out loud instead of you having to physically read the headlines yourself. If you went to Benzinga and paid for this service on your own, you'd spend over $1,400 a year. Lucky for you, we have already gone and negotiated and partnered with Benzinga to offer this as part of your membership. So for just $12.03, you get this news feed with everything else that I'm sharing with you. That's why True Trading Group is a platform. We have gone and negotiated with all of your top financial technology companies to put their services and tools on our platform so that you can use them. Even if you did not follow one trade alert from any one of our moderators, you are going to get $4,000 to $5,000 worth of tools on our platform for just $12.03. In this environment, when you have constant news headlines coming out about Russia and Ukraine that are moving the markets, it is imperative that you have access to a real-time news feed like this. You also get Trading Views charting software. It's one of the most commonly used charting softwares by active traders. You get the Trade Ideas scanner, which is the industry standard scanner. Make sure that you are always focused on the best stocks during the day. What's making new highs, new lows, and have a surge in volume. It's all right there for you guys on the Trade Ideas scanner. You can use it throughout every single trading session. You then have our simulator. Our simulator will let you trade stocks and options with fake money, but with real-time data. So you can practice implementing what you're learning in the courses without having to risk your hard-earned money first. Use the simulator. This is how you guys can actually make sure that you're able to make money before you risk your hard-earned cash. We also have a proprietary scanner, that has the same functionality as FinViz Elite, but also lets you scan for crypto. You also get dark pool data and unusual options activity, stuff that used to only be available to professionals. Now it's at their fingertips of the TTG fan. You also have a full trading performance journal that tracks all of your trading and gives you statistics and data so you can see what you're doing wrong. So this way you guys can make adjustments. Yes, the simulator is live. Yes, the simulator is real-time data. Someone's asking, is the simulator live streaming? Yes, the simulator is real-time data. It's not delayed. We also have a social sentiment scanner that will scour through Reddit, StockTwits, and Twitter and tell you what stocks are being mentioned the most. Then you have a profile tool that will give you unlimited analyst ratings on any stock you're interested in with insider buying and selling information. You have our watch list. Every day you'll get a watch list to know what stocks the mods have their eyes on and what's our game plan. So you'll know exactly how the mods plan on making money from those trades and how we intend on trading them. Then you have our courses. The courses are a simplified yet expanded upon version of what I learned as I worked at the fund. There's beginner and foundation courses. There's advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, you name it, we've got it. It's all in text and video format, whatever's easier for you to learn. There are no VIP or pro courses that will cost more money after you subscribe. The TTG platform is all inclusive. We are like Netflix. You pay one price, you get access to everything that I'm showing you. There's also a video library. that has well over 200 hours of additional educational video content. These are workshops and webinars that we've conducted, like how to grow a small account, how to trade while working a full-time job, how to resist FOMO, just to name a few. And then, of course, when you become a full-time member, you can attend all these workshops live. Anything we add, any new course, any new tool, automatically included. You do not have to pay extra for it. All right. So again, folks, you just have to go to ttgoffer.com, use the coupon code TTG121, and that'll get you the 45% discount. You get the brand new free laptop, you get the 2 small private study groups, and you have your double your money back guarantee. Okay, so the next 15 people to use TTG121 will get that brand new free laptop. Jump on that now. Remember, folks, the 1203 price point is good for tonight only. After tonight, tomorrow, that price goes up. The price you pay today is the price you pay for life. So whenever you join True Trading Group, whatever the price is that you pay, you are locking yourself in at that price. Next year, if our membership is $22.12 or $2,500, does not only pay $12.03 to renew your membership, and that's important and that matters, and you will care about that feature. Trust me, folks, because we have a 77% retention rate, which means 77% of our members are either renewing their annual membership or becoming a lifetime member in True Trading Group. Okay, so that is something that is very important. If you're still unsure about the THD fam, we do have a 1-week trial. You are more than welcome to join us for a full week. Be in chat with us tomorrow. It's going to be a crazy day. A lot going on. You want to make sure you understand the CPI data, and you want to know what's going on with Russia, Ukraine, to determine, are we still going to head lower in the overall markets, or is there a chance that this bounce lasts a little bit further and we can climb ourselves back a little bit more? We'll be in chat tomorrow morning with you when that CPI number comes out. And then we'll talk about it and go over that entire game plan. If you want to join us for the trial, you can go to ttgthree.com. That's ttg3.com. It is only $3. It costs $3 just to make sure that you are an actual real person. Okay, everyone's got $3. There's no automatic upgrade. There's no reoccurring payment. There's no automatic renewal. None of that. It is literally a one-time payment of $3. So go to ttgthree.com if you guys want to join us for the 1-week trial. Otherwise, ttgoffer.com, TTG121 coupon code, 45% discount, free laptop, 2 private study groups, and a double your money back guarantee. If you do not make the 1203 back at least once, we're going to give you back $2,406. That is how confident I am in our ability to help you become successful. Your results matter, and that's how we prove it to you. Thanks for joining me tonight, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed the live. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Make sure you turn on that notification bell. Make sure you never miss out on any one of these live streams. I will see you all tomorrow morning in chat. It's going to be a busy day. Get your butts in there. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later, guys.